Hey everyone, welcome back to Hoopers Nation, your top destination for NBA basketball content. Luka Doncic has taken the NBA by storm in a very short period of time. With just 2 seasons of NBA experience, Doncic had arguably the best playoff debut ever despite his Dallas Mavericks losing to the Los Angeles Clippers in the first round of the 2020 playoffs. Today, in his 3rd year in the NBA, Doncic is averaging 27 points, 10 rebounds, and 8 assists while firmly being an MVP candidate. Few players can rise to this level as quick as Luka has, something that must have his peers talking. In this video, we'll take a look at what NBA players think of Luka Doncic. But before we do, please make sure to leave a like on this video, subscribe to the channel, and turn on Hoopers Nation's post notifications for more NBA content. The King is one of the best players, if not the best player in NBA history due to a sustained greatness that has defied Father Time. It's impressive how good James has managed to be for so long, and he's seen and played against virtually every star of the 21st century. LeBron recently had some very interesting comments about Luka Doncic in which he heavily praised the 21-year-old wonder boy. Luka is one of my favorite players in the NBA today, James said on Channing Frye and Richard Jefferson's show, the Road Trippin podcast last December.
Luka is one of my favorite players in the NBA today. From the simple fact of the way I play the game is exactly how I love the way he plays the game. Team first, gets his guys involved. If you challenge me to score, I'm gonna score. And at the same time, I'm gonna score, and also with the same time, I'm gonna keep my guys involved. But I play for the team, and I'm gonna play with a sense of joy.
It's not the first time James has complimented Luka. As in the past, he said he sees a lot of himself in the young Doncic. But having the best player in the NBA and one of the GOATs call you one of his favorite players must be a dream come true. I love his game. His ability to not only create shots for himself, but you guys know I love the fact that he can get great looks for his teammates, James said on another occasion. That's what I thrive on. That's what I've always believed in. And he just plays the game the right way. In fact, Luka has previously called James his idol and said he was really nervous the first time he played against the King. But now that Doncic has cemented himself as one of the elite point forwards in the league alongside James, it's easy to guess where his inspiration to become great came from. Younger fans may know Paul Pierce as the former NBA player who shares really bad takes on a basketball talk show. But back in the day, the truth was one of the most lethal scorers in the entire NBA, as well as one of the best small forwards in the game. The future Hall of Famer sure has to know a thing or two about true greatness when he sees it, right? When asked what he expected from Doncic before last year's NBA playoffs, Pierce was straightforward and didn't shy away from making a bold claim.
I expect special things from him. I mean, you talk about a kid who made one of the biggest leaps in recent memory from a Rookie of the Year to an MVP caliber player. I mean, he's won every European championship that you can think of, every European MVP that you can think of. So I expect special things from this kid. Clearly, he's special, he's a talent. He's probably, to me, he is the most talented player in the NBA today. And the lights are never too bright for him, so I expect big things out of him come playoff time.
Unlike other terrible takes he's been exposed for, Pierce was right on the money with this one. Doncic averaged 31 points, 10 rebounds, and 9 assists, shooting 50% from the field and 36% from behind the three-point arc on a first-round series that included him making a game-winning step-back three in overtime and multiple triple-doubles. The Mavs came up short as Kristaps Porzingis could only play in 2.5 games, but they had a legit chance of beating the Clippers had the team been fully healthy. Also, Pierce's take on Luka being the most talented player in the league right now isn't all that crazy. Doncic doesn't have a single hole in his offensive game and will score on anybody. Plus, that's a hell of a compliment from a 10-time All-Star and former Finals MVP. Golden State Warriors big man Draymond Green is one of the most polarizing players in the NBA. He's also one of the best defenders of all time, as well as one of the smartest basketball minds in the league today. And after playing against Luka Doncic for the first time ever, the former Defensive Player of the Year had a lot of good things to say about him.
Only 19.
That dude good. He he got it. He gonna be a problem. He already a problem, but you know, he gonna be really good for a long time. You know, you kind of had the questions of like, oh, can he do that in the NBA like he's doing in the EuroLeague? He can, and you know, he's exciting to watch. So, you know, he'll be good for a long time. He's kind of lifted that franchise. You know, I don't even think they're really expecting to be good this year. and now they're right there. So, you know, he's going to be good for a long time.
Draymond hit the nail right on the head. Many people don't really give this much attention, but the Dallas Mavericks were headed to mediocrity by the end of the 2017-18 season. The team only won 24 games that year and had a core of Harrison Barnes, Dennis Smith Jr., and DeAndre Jordan that wasn't producing the results they expected. Dirk Nowitzki was on his last legs, and all signs pointed to the Mavs being irrelevant for the next couple years. Had they not gotten the Doncic move right, they'd be in obscurity right now. The Mavericks are back in the playoff hunt right now only due to the fact that Luka rose to such a good level so early on in his career. And that's something Draymond saw since Doncic's first couple weeks in the league. Fast forward 2 years and the Mavs have now built a really dangerous team around Luka and Kristaps Porzingis that's ready to contend. Another notable superstar that has voiced opinion on Luka Doncic is Kevin Durant. KD was one of the many individuals impressed with Luka's outstanding playoff debut, as he shared during the Boardroom podcast. "I think he's built to be a star for sure," Durant said of Doncic. "I think he understands who he is, how he wants to play, and what the future holds for him. That's certainly something hard to do. Very few players can come into the league ready to take the place they think they deserve. Sometimes it takes a couple of months of adapting into the league. But in other cases, it takes players years upon years to get where they want to be the way they want to do it. Others simply never get there. You just don't see many players as NBA ready as Luka when he came into the league. As a talent in the NBA, he transcends a lot of things," said KD. "Because at that age, to be that smart and to be that poised, it's just rare." Richard Kleiman, who's KD's agent, was about to give his final verdict on Doncic later in the episode, saying, "So the bottom line is, Luka Doncic to me is," when Durant interrupted to complete the sentence saying, "a f***ing problem." And he truly is one. About 1 year earlier, the summer after Durant went down with a ruptured Achilles tendon, he already commented on Doncic as he had to face him one-on-one multiple times during Luka's rookie season. Since then, KD was already singing the youngster's praises, saying, "You don't see guys at that age learn the pick and roll, manipulate the game the way he does. He could control the full game, and at that age, that's rare. So I'm expecting huge things from him going forward, and a superstar career going forward." Durant's words were almost prophetical. Scottie Pippen, the OG point forward, has also weighed in on what he expects from Doncic in the future. While appearing on ESPN's The Jump in early 2020, Scottie Pippen said,
"Right now, this kid game is propelling so much that he's learning on the fly. He's getting better and better night in and night out. We're seeing his dominance. He hasn't started to play selfish basketball yet. When he do that and really make his presence known out on the basketball court, he's going to be a different animal."
Scottie brings up a great point that maybe very few people have talked about, and that's the fact Luka could average 40 a night if he went full James Harden mode and started looking at himself as the first, second, and third scoring option. Still, Pippen does praise Doncic at this stage because the way he's playing is exactly how you want your franchise star to do, using his superb scoring skills to make the team better. "I think right now he has so much control of himself, control of the game, the tempo of the game, the flow of the game. It's like he can pick his own poison out there right now. He can go out and say, 'Hey, I'm going for 50 tonight,' or 'I'm going to get a triple-double.' I mean, the game is that easy for him, and it's amazing because he's only 20 years old. You're not supposed to be that mature yet. But that's exactly how Doncic has risen to superstardom in just 2 seasons, by showing unmatched maturity at his age and the commitment to put in the work and get better every day. It's great to get complimented by his current-day peers, but it should feel even more satisfying to listen to all-time greats who paved the way for him be so amazed about everything he's done up to this point. And that's what other NBA players think of Luka Doncic. What do you think of Doncic? Will he ever win an MVP or an NBA championship? Make sure to comment your thoughts down below, as well as leaving a like on the video and subscribing to the channel. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.